Chapter 1. How computer works. Pre-processing. How a computer works. Central Processing Unit, CPU. The IPO cycle. A computer is a useful electronic machine. It is used in almost every sphere of life. It works very fast and accurately. It can work for an extended period of time without getting tired or fatigued. It can also store a large amount of data and do many jobs at the same time. A computer has various components in it which work together to perform tasks. Let us learn how a computer does its work. How a computer works. A computer is a machine. Like any other machine, it follows certain steps to perform a task. A machine accepts some input from the user, processes it according to the instructions, and returns the result as output. Consider the example of making orange juice using a juicer. This is done in 3 steps. Step 1. We put peeled oranges in the juicer. This is input. Step 2. The juicer crushes the oranges. This is process. Step 3. The juice is squeezed out. This is output. Let us look at another example of making a pizza. Step 1. We take the pizza base and add our toppings, input. Step 2. We bake it in the oven, process. Step 3. After a few minutes, we have a hot, delicious pizza ready to eat, output. Similarly, a computer follows the 3 steps as described. Input. It accepts data and instructions from the user. Process. It carries out calculations on the data according to the given instructions. Output. It returns the result of the process to the user. The above 3 steps together form the IPO cycle. The IPO cycle. The computer takes input, processes it, and provides output. The output of one operation can be the input for the next operation. Thus, a series of input, process, and output operations is called the IPO cycle. Let us understand the concept of input, process, and output in detail. Input. The data and instructions that are given to a computer to do a task are called input. Data can be in the form of text, numbers, pictures, audio, or video. Instructions are commands which tell the computer what to do with the given data. Input is given to the computer using different devices such as keyboard, mouse, scanner, webcam, etc. These devices are called input devices. Mind fog. Data is raw facts and figures which may or may not have any meaning. Information is processed data that has specific meaning. Process. Process is the action performed on data to convert it into meaningful information. The processing of data and instructions in a computer is done by processing devices such as the Central Processing Unit, CPU. Output. Output is the result produced by the computer after processing the data. It can be in different forms such as text, image, audio, or video. The computer provides output to the user through devices called output devices. Examples of output devices are monitor, printer, and speakers. Central Processing Unit, CPU. The CPU is a small electronic chip fixed inside the CPU box. It is placed in a slot on a large circuit board called motherboard. CPU is called the brain of the computer. It not only carries out all calculations and computations, but also controls the computer's overall functioning. It receives data from an input device, processes it according to the given instructions, and sends it to an output device. Knowledge discovery. The CPU chip is also called the microprocessor due to its small size. CPUs come in different models which differ in their computational power. The CPU is further divided into 3 units. These are 1. ALU, Arithmetic Logical Unit. The arithmetic logical unit is the brain of the CPU. It performs all arithmetic calculations and logical operations on the data. The ALU performs the job of converting data into information. 2. CU, Control Unit. The control unit is the heart of the CPU. It controls the flow of data and instructions between the ALU and the memory unit. It also controls the overall functioning of the various parts of the computer. 3. MU, Memory Unit. The memory unit stores data and instructions for a short duration of time before and after the processing, respectively. Let us understand the IPO cycle and how the CPU works with an example. We want to subtract 20 from 50 and display the result. 1. We type 50 minus 20 using the keyboard. This is input. 2. The input comes to the control unit, CU. 3. The CU stores the numbers 50, 20 and the minus operator in the memory unit. 4. The CU sends the data to the ALU, which performs the subtraction and produces the result 30. This is process. 5. The CU stores the result in the memory unit. 6. The CU takes the result from the memory unit and displays it on the monitor. This is output. Database. Intel, with the help of Ted Hoff, produced the world's first microprocessor or CPU, the Intel 4004, on November 15, 1971. Post-processing. A computer follows certain steps to perform a task. A computer works on the principle of IPO, Input, Process, Output Cycle. Data and instructions given to a computer is called input. The action performed by the computer on input is called process. The result produced by the computer after processing data is called output. The CPU is made of control unit, ALU, and memory unit.